Welcome back to Salt and Sand. In this video, we're going to be going over painting, installing some trim, making the trim match the walls, kind of buttoning up this project. It's been a real fun one. I really enjoyed this. We've had a lot of fun colors. These are the final few details. We are just wrapping up all the little stuff, just trying to finish it out.
Stretch out, get loose.
All right, so we got to do some trim today. It's white. We don't want it to be white because if it was white, it would look like that. We don't really want that. We want it to look like that, where everything is the same color and just kind of blends away. So now we got to take some measurements and get ready to do some trim here. Alright, so the way that I like to do it, I don't like to measure all three sides and then accommodate for the thickness of, like, that is 7/16 thick, so I could subtract about a 1/2 inch if I wanted to go through and pre-measure all of them. The reason I don't do that is because in these older homes, those corners wavy, some are tight, some are low, so like the bottom measurement can be different than the top measurement. So if you pre-cut everything, you can end up being short pretty easily. So I like to get my first piece in. That gives me kind of more of a straight 90 degree, so I can measure off of that one and get a kind of a more accurate measurement on that first guess. All right, so we're dry fitting these pieces in. Just trying to make sure that our lengths and our miters are gonna work out. So as we push this one down, push this here, we can kind of see where it's going to be when we nail it on. So that actually looks pretty good, and the gap on the bottom is pretty good when we're pushing down. So that'll be good for the dry fit, and we'll get ready for the nailing part of it. Alright, so just dry fitting this outside corner right here. And it's more important to make your miter look clean than it is for this gap to be perfect up here. Because as we clean up this corner, bring this board out just a hair, that gap's going to disappear and we'll have a little one over here. But that makes our corner a lot cleaner. So that overall is going to look better than if you're just trying to make sure that gap on the top is perfect. And we had 6.5 inch baseboard in this room, so we had to take all of it off, and then we had to drywall this bottom 3 or 4 inches. This one's sticking out. So if we bring this out a little bit, and match up this miter when we're nailing it. So we'll nail this miter first, and then it's gonna look like that. So you're gonna have a nice clean miter. Little piece, little piece. If I hit this in, I'm not gonna be able to get it out. Okay, so we pre-painted these baseboards over here to match this wall, so we have a lot less work to do on this side because we did a little bit of extra work on that baseboard prep. You can kind of see that in that other video that we made. Now on this side, we have white trim. We didn't pre-paint this at all, so we got to put 2 coats on this side once we get it in, and so we got a little bit more work on this side. So it does pay off to pre-paint your base and kind of save yourself a little lead work. We just didn't have enough time to get to it on this one. We have got the baseboards installed and caulked, puttied, so we are ready to put on our second coat and kind of get back to finishing up this color on these two walls here. Kind of follow along and kind of see how we do it. I like to cut it all in, then go back and start rolling. That way we have a wet edge that we keep wet all the way down the wall. All right, so now we're gonna get it all cut in. So now we're gonna start rolling and kind of walk you through as we go through the rolling process. To make sure we get our roller nice and saturated so it's not dry. Then we're gonna come up here, get it on the wall. Then this first pass, we're not trying to push hard at all. We're just letting this roll. So you can see how quickly it dries out. And put some more paint on it. And we can start to get our pattern done. Let's see how many times I can hit this thing. We're trying it. Mom's the one who actually taught me how to use masking tape and to mask things. She used to mask for my father's painting business, and I was always jealous because as a kid, she could stick her hand through here and put the tape around her wrist. I could never do that. Even when I was like 10 or 11 or 12, like my wrist was so big I couldn't get a piece of tape around it like that. She could rip it off and then put the tape right here and then literally have like a tape dispenser on her arm. And I'm just like, man, I wish I could do that. Can I borrow that brush from you? So if you're taping an inside corner, you can put your finger under here and kind of use your nail so that you rip that kind of a corner. So let's say we're taping this inside corner here. So you tape it like that. Then on your next piece of tape, you use your nail and you're gonna rip that angle the opposite way. So when you rip that, that allows us to tape a 90-degree corner without having to use a razor blade or anything like that.
Is that a comfortable painting position, Wayne?
It is. I actually like to do this. It's very therapeutic. Downside is sometimes it causes you to take a nap.
Lots of light.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't know if we want blue.
That makes it hard to paint.
Well, that. Is that hard to paint with, Wayne?
Yeah, that's a little bit harder to paint when you put the red line on.
Yeah.
Like, the blue's the worst though, for sure. As a kid, I probably wasted 2 to 7 boxes of tape that my dad had. Just because when you were being babysat by the job site, a roll of tape was a real fun thing to play with.
Yeah.
It's like, I can make a sword. I can make this. And so, definitely, I can see that when my daughter plays with the blue tape.
Hey, we didn't shoot any more footage for this green stuff that we're painting here. So we're gonna need to end this video faster than we thought before.
I hit record! I hit record!
I don't think you hit record.
I hit record!
Are you sure?
I hit record!
I think because you didn't hit record, we don't have any more footage on this.
I did it to
Or,
gingerbread man.
like we're out of footage.